Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Good evening, friends, and welcome to another edition of Gothic Horror Gaming here on Nat 21 Adventures. I'm your host, the Glue Master. My name is Tom Zadoyko, and I will be leading you through this horror-filled adventure. Speaking of which, a quick disclaimer right from the very beginning. This is a horror role-playing game. So it contains scenes of graphic horror, violence, things of common phobias, blood, guts, gore, all that sort of thing. So just as a word of warning, that is the kind of game that this is, so that you are not surprised when someone is splashed with arterial spray. So just so we know. Would like to take a moment also to thank our sponsors. I want to start off by thanking renadventures.com. Renadventures.com, if you ever wanted to tour various exotic locations around the world, renadventures.com provides Renaissance Fair entertainers who are familiar with the country and very often the language and guide you through. But we have a special one for Nat 21 coming up this June 2nd through 7th. We are going to play Dungeons and Dragons in Muncaster Castle. That's right. Spend a week with us there. Paulo Garbanzo, myself, and Ryan Gelodi will be your dungeon masters, and we will be touring all sorts of things around the grounds. Archery, falconry. There's a hedge maze. There's various historical sites nearby, and then in between, we will be actually gaming in the castle itself. So check that out, renadventures.com. Also, we would like to thank our friends 3D2U, 3D2U.org. Those are good friends of ours, Jesse and Amy over there. They are making all sorts of gaming accessories via 3D printing and also laser woodcutting, dice towers, dice trays, journals, all sorts of really cool stuff. Check them out at 3D2U.org. Additionally, myself and Handler Z, who is in the background running the comments, have a book together. It's called Dare. Melissa, my wife, Handler Z, she writes the stories, and then I narrate them for the audiobook version. Our first compilation is available. It's called Dare by Melissa Lee. It's mainly horror and science fiction with a little bit of dark poetry thrown in to boot, available as Kindle, paperback, or on audio. Now, a little bit about tonight. Tonight, we are playing in the Chill universe. Chill is a game that was created by Mayfair Games back in the day, still is around in various iterations. We're using their universe. In their universe, the supernatural is real. It is real, but it is generally unknown to the general population. In fact, they call it the unknown. Most people are not aware of it. It is usually very powerful, very usually evil as well. There is an organization called the Society of the Eternal Silver Way. SAVE is the acronym they go by from the Latin for their name. They are not a government organization. They are a best way to think of it as a group of philanthropists who have come together in order to combat the unknown. It is led by a gentleman named Gordon Pym, who the players are all familiar with. In fact, he is the one who has sent them to where they are tonight. Now then, we're not using the Chill rules, however. We are using the rules for Over the Edge. Over the Edge is a lovely, quirky game, but we're just mainly using their rules system, which is very simple and is as follows. The any character, has 3 traits, a primary trait and 2 side traits. Whenever you want to do something, you see if the primary trait applies or the secondary traits apply, and that determines how many dice you get to roll in order to hit a target number. And these traits can be anything. Let us say that you are playing a policeman who that is their primary trait. The side traits thereby are going to be, let's say, amateur photographer and devoutly religious. Anytime they want to do something, you see if it falls underneath one of those traits. So we begin with, let's say that our policeman is firing a gun. In that case, he is trained in that. He would roll 4 6-sided die and attempt to hit a target number. Now, let us say he's trying to recall a particular Bible passage. His side trait is devoutly religious. So in that case, he would roll 3d6, attempt to hit a target number. If it doesn't fall underneath any of his traits, for instance, he is trying to repair a fuse panel, he would instead roll 2d6, as he's not skilled in that particularly. Now, you in Twitchland can actually help by spending your Twitch points over there with Dracula's stepdaughter, who's joined us once again. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You can spend your Twitch points and declare that you want to help one of the players or me, the Gloom Master. When you choose that, they get a stockpile of helps. When they go to make a die roll, they can elect to use a help, or more than one help, in fact. They can say, I would like to use a help. They make this declaration before they roll. What that does is every help gives you an extra die. However, you can still only take the maximum. So, for instance, our police officer is shooting his gun. Normally, he would roll 4d6. He decides to use a help. He's going to roll 5d6. But as it is his primary trait, he will take the 4 highest out of those 5 dice that he rolls. And that is essentially the rules. There is not much more to it than that. You'll learn other things as we go along. And we do, in fact, have a list of the helps that are currently available from previous sessions. So, having said that, where are we? The year is 1938, and we are on the Isle of Skye in Scotland. Save and Gordon Pym have noticed several suspicious supernatural deaths and activities occurring on the island, and the players have been dispatched to the island to find out what is going on. Along their journey, they have discovered a long dead beast, ghost, something that seemed to have been dispelled and gone, but had come back many years later. They then dispatched it. Then they discovered a ghostly figure who had been awoken from its grave on the other side of the island by apparently the same individuals. And now they have tracked it all the way down to a geological feature on the Isle of Skye called the Old Man of Store. It's called the Store. The region is called the Store. It looks a little something like this. Large standing stone. It's a volcanic plug. Many old myths and legends around this entire region. If you're looking at that picture on your screen, just to give you an idea of scale, if you look at the lower right, there's a little notch cut out of that standing stone. That is a human being standing there in the middle of that tiny little blip, just to give you an idea of how massive this thing is. The players have tracked the cultists, who apparently are the ones reviving these evil entities. And they've tracked them down here. They've discovered their base camp where they were not in at the time. Presumably, they were back down in town. So the players have set up an impromptu ambush. And let us meet our players and find out what is going on, what they are planning to do. We're going to start with Lucas Evans.
Good evening. It is me, Lucas Evans. I am looking for a pretty good spot to. We want to ambush these characters. We know of Aidan McDonald, who is a local lad who has seemingly found himself with some less than savory acquaintances. One seems to be, well, reminiscent of some group that we've come across before, cultists of Nalarthotep, and someone else who we haven't really run across. But I don't imagine he's very pleasant. And yeah.
We will see exactly how unpleasant in a few moments, I'm sure. Oh, very good. We also have Dr. Montana Smith. Dr. Smith?
We are going to die. how
you
it is.
say that, but you have the high ground and the benefit of an ambush, and yet you still think you are going to die.
I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but Montana Smith is very much aware that he got really hurt a couple of days ago. And it's like, oh boy.
You are very wounded still.
Yeah.
You have recovered somewhat, but
And a white gave me a little cardiac episode, let's call it. Yesterday. So I'm not loving our chances. So there's that.
well, very good. Yeah.
But also it just seems like, they're playing with some potentially bad paranormal stuff here. Some elder god level of zaniness, if you want to get down to it. And not sure if we brought all the big guns.
Monty, you talked. You don't sell yourself short, my friend. You talked your way out of a ghost from several 100 years ago, using the equivalent of 30-year Spanish. But
All right.
so
All right. Okay. You know what? Only some of us are going to die.
Well,
Better?
that's fair. That's
There
fair.
we go. There we go.
Speaking of dying, someone who's trying to make sure none of you do, Dr. Sabine Clément. Hello.
Listen. Hello. I mean, listen, Dr. Smith, I'm going to try my absolute hardest not to make you die today. So, can we just be a little bit more not so
fatalistic.
That is a very good word. Yes, fatalistic.
I have the French trying to talk to me about being fatalistic. I mean,
Listen, we've had worse.
yes, you people are all or nothing. You are either ennui or let's go invade Russia. I mean, that's like that. You have two levels, and that's
Well, let's just pause this.
yes,
and we'll,
I'm
you know
French.
what? Let's go get Jean-Paul Sartre, and he can balance this out.
No, I don't have Jean-Paul Sartre, but I do have Speedy Pete Boyd instead.
Oh,
I hope that will suffice.
acclaimed philosopher, Speedy Pete Boyd.
And
It is the opposite of no exit. It is exits here and here.
Yes, I'm just hoping to survive any sort of violent encounter tonight, so that I can get back to Flora.
Oh yes.
But are you willing to start a life without pants? Kilts, man. We're in Scotland.
Oh, so okay, all right. Yes, sure, yeah. Can you fly in a kilt? Seems like a bad idea, but
I would
sure.
imagine that the machinery would get all in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So say it the French.
Mais oui.
Well, so here you are. You have managed to get up by the old man of store, that large rock formation. The tent of the alleged cultists is it's basically just a standard kind of campaign tent that you would just basically a straight walled peak roofed kind of tent. And you got there a little early. They're coming up the path toward you. I want to show you the picture again of what the approach looks like. And there we are. So that little trail is basically what they're coming up towards you. How would you like to proceed? They have not spotted you yet. Speaking of them, allow me to remind you of what exactly you're looking at. There's a very large Pacific Island looking gentleman who's wearing a strange vest with you can see the glint of metal periodically, almost like large metal buttons down the front of his chest. There is a gentleman who you assume to be Aidan McDonald. And then there is a third gentleman, tall and lean, wearing essentially a 1930s style suit with a fedora, who is walking along. He's in the middle. The Samoan is in the front, and Aidan is bringing up the rear. They appear to have some backpacks that are full of some things, you don't know what, and they are coming up the path.
Just to keep me honest, folks, I had toyed around with the idea back before we saw them coming up. Just remind me, had I grabbed some of the stuff from their little kit there? I was talking about stealing some of the candles, just so that they wouldn't have them.
Yes, you did in fact
Okay.
grab some of the candles. You had mentioned that.
Just want to make sure that I had said that I did that, and not just thought that, like, after the fact, hey, that would have been a good idea. But yes,
you did in fact have one.
Thank you.
And refresh my memory of what everyone is armed with.
Just a knife for me.
No, I gave my gun to somebody.
You gave your gun to Montana Smith.
Okay, I gave my gun to Montana Smith. I had my I still have my 38 though. Yeah,
Wait, I thought you had a 1911 and you gave your 38 to Smith.
That's what it is. I apologize.
And Dr. Sabine, you are unarmed, I assume.
I have my medical bag, yes.
Okay, very good. You probably have about 5 minutes before they see you. What would you like to do?
I would obviously like to set up within the tent. I think that would be the best place for me to put my medical equipment. Especially, is there a table in there?
Yes, there is a table in there, a small folding table.
Yes, so yes, I would like to set up on the table, and surreptitiously, I would like to fill 4 syringes full of sedative.
Do you have that much sedative on you? Is that something you would normally carry around?
In the medical bag, yes.
All right. Roll me a medical roll, just to make sure that you do have that many.
Okay.
And 4 separate syringes as well.
I believe, yeah, I would have had. Give me one moment, please.
I also still have my half a bottle of that very, very strong liquor.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you put that in one of the syringes, then you can.
And then set it on fire.
That will be. I rolled a solid 15.
All right, you can assemble 4 syringes of sedative.
Okay.
Anyone else doing anything else in particular?
I'm going to take some of my shirt, rip it, stick it inside the bottle, seal the close it back up, and have that ready.
All right. Montana?
I'm taking I want to take final stock of everything that we saw in the tent. Does it look like they were attempting in the tent? I mean, it's been a minute. So does it look like that they were doing a summoning or something in the tent, or was that looking like nearby, or no evidence of it yet?
You already looked around. So
Yeah.
you found an area that they had cleared out.
That's right.
and swept the ground, if you recall, where it looked like they're not doing a ritual in the tent. It looks like they are planning on doing one outside by the stone obelisk. Also, tonight is the vernal equinox. You did discuss you checked that last time around, last game session.
I am going to try to scatter as much random debris as I can into the cleared out area.
Yes, you did that last time. I remember that distinctly.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So,
but now you have 5 minutes, and they're going to be in sight.
Finding a hiding place as well.
Yeah, just gonna find a good rock to get behind.
Conveniently, it's all rock.
Excellent.
All rock, all the time here at K Sky.
Listen to KSKY. With your host, Speedy in the Dock.
That was Big Country by the band Big Country. Up next is Big Country from band
their
Big
album
Country.
Big
in
Country.
a Big Country.
500 miles.
All right. As you scramble into cover, the three of them come up. They are about 30 yards away when they come around the side, and roll to see how well you are hidden.
Dr. Sabine, you are inside the tent, correct?
Right. So she's out of sight line, so we don't have to worry about her.
I would like to be in the tent with Dr. Sabine as well.
In which case, just Lucas and Montana Smith.
I was about to say, it would be really great if you stopped them from coming into the tent, please.
12.
10.
They do not seem to observe you, and they are walking right toward the tent. They are not speaking. They are just trudging along.
As they go to, as I see them going toward the tent, I kind of like kick a rock over into that cleared off area.
The moment you do, all three of them freeze for the span of a heartbeat. The large islander in the front grunts out something in a language you do not understand, takes a step back, and his hand goes to the front of his vest. The tall gentleman is reaching for something in his coat. And Aiden produces a pistol. Everybody, roll me for initiative.
Très bien. I got an 11.
11 for Clément.
I got a 7.
A 7 for Monty.
8.
Oh boy.
8 for Lucas. Oh God.
I'll go the other way, and 6, please.
6. Ye gods.
We're getting them out of the way first, you guys.
I'm batting cleanup. It's all part of my plan.
The islander is fumbling with the locks on his vest and has taken yet another step back down the hill. Dr. Sabine, you hear the rock go clatter. You hear a language you do not understand be spoke outside. What do you do now?
I am going to... Did you hear that, Speedy? I don't have an action, really. I'm going to just be ready.
Very well. The tall man produces a pistol, a revolver, actually, of a large caliber, it would seem, out of his jacket, and dashes behind the tent. So the tent, the stone, he's around behind the tent from the stone where you guys are hidden. You guys are hidden up by the main stone. He has ducked down behind the tent to be out of line of sight. Aiden, likewise, with a smaller caliber pistol, also glances around confused for a moment and then runs behind the tent as well, following the tall man's lead. Lucas, what do you do?
Do I have a bead on the unhinged gentleman? Line of sight.
He is partially obscured as he's going back down the hill somewhat, but yes, you can take a shot if you'd like.
I'm going to use my as a big game hunter, hiding from terrifying things. I'm going to get to a place and aim.
All right, so you're going to start to line up a shot on the Islander.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Monty, what do you do?
I'm going to turn slightly and try to yell at a different rock so I can bounce my voice a little bit and say, "We have you surrounded. On behalf of the Society of the Silver Way, you will lay down your weapons now."
All right. Very well. Go ahead and I'll let you roll 3d6. That's plucky.
All right.
Well, he's a professor. He's used to addressing people with authority.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a help on this just to see if I can do okay with this. So 14.
The tall gentleman, you hear him scoff, and he says something in yet a different language. Trying to think if any of you would know it. It sounds vaguely Russian-ish. It sounds Eastern European. But none of you speak it, so you have no idea what he said. But it did sound scornful. It sounded dismissive and scornful.
It's a weird way to surrender.
Speedy, you hear all this going on outside.
Yeah, I make eye contact with Dr. Sabine. Can I peek out through the tent just to get an eye of what's going on out there?
Yes, you peek out the tent and you're looking at the stone. You don't see anything between you and the stone, although you see Lucas is aiming a pistol past you somewhere. And but you would have to get your head out of the tent to look past.
No, thank you.
And you see Monty off to the other side of the pillar like this, just shouting.
All right, I'm a holding.
Lucas, you are looking at the Islander, the Samoan gentleman. You watch that he manages to, in rapid succession, unclick all of the padlocks and throw open his vest and his shirt. What you see is that there's like a seam down the center of his chest in a ragged line. Your eyes, you think they deceive you for a moment as you see a ripple of movement, and then his entire chest separates in half, lined with teeth like a giant maw in his torso, and he begins to run up the hill at you in your general direction. Dr. Sabine, you hear a weird guttural roar.
I think I look at Speedy. A really quick question. Can I? Where is the light in this situation?
There is still daylight outside, so you're getting a little bit of light filtering in through the canvas of the tent walls.
Can I see any shadow from people moving around the tent?
A fine question. Give me a 3d6 roll.
Okay. An 11.
You see two shadowy, man-shaped and sized figures on the back side of the tent. So they're obviously outside of the tent and
Okay.
behind your tent. So if you were looking in sequence, it would be them, the tent you are in, the stone of the old man of store.
Okay. I think I would like to indicate to Speedy that I see them, but like quietly,
Quiet like.
without the sound.
At that moment, one of those figures steps from around the side of the tent. You see the shadow step out, and he looks at the old man. Let's see if he sees either one of you. He catches a glimpse of Lucas taking aim and fires off a quick shot at Lucas Evans. Lucas, I will give you an automatic help because you are in cover.
Thank you.
Oh no. No. I do not like that noise.
15.
15. You manage to duck your head. Some splinters of rock go flying off as the round hits where your head would have been, but you manage to duck out of the way just in time. The other figure dives to the ground, and the edge of the tent starts to rise up. He's trying to crawl into the tent. Aiden is apparently scrambling into the tent from the back. Lucas, you've been aiming at the islander who's running at you.
Oh yes, I am firing and using a help. Thank you.
Very well.
Lucky 13.
Your shot goes wide. You are stunned. His chest is salivating. It's a vertical slit. It's maw chomping, and it doesn't make any sense. He could not be alive because you could see into a gaping cavity where his organs would be.
Plus my ears are probably ringing from the.
Yeah, this is not even all of your understanding of anatomy. This very much should not be. Hang on, I'm just jotting down. You might want to jot down everybody your hit points. This is your current total.
Well, thank God we've got the essentially the tanks safely in a tent. I think that's
very well. So that was Lucas. Monty.
All right.
2 shots have been fired.
Do from my from my point of hiding, can I see anybody?
You can peek around the corner.
All right. Peeking.
Yes, you see the monstrosity that is the Islander with a gaping maw of a chest charging forward. You also see back off to the side slightly the tall, thin gentleman.
All right. Where are they in relation to me?
The Islander is way closer to you.
Okay.
He's running toward roughly the stone in general. Although he did just notice he was shot at. So he might be veering that direction very soon.
Is there a way for me to like aim but remain mostly undercover?
You just want to aim around the corner and take your time for the shot?
Yeah, but is it possible for me to like get a good bead but remain hidden?
No, you will be seen because you have to have your face out there in
Okay.
order to aim.
Okay.
You can be in cover, but
yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is there?
You will be visible, but you will be in cover. Yes.
All right. I'm going to take aim
At
the monster.
Very well. Speedy. Aiden is scrambling under the tent into where you are. He's not looking. He's face down. He's got a pistol in one hand, in his right hand, and he's dragging himself forward underneath the tent flap.
Ooh,
apparently oblivious to your occupation thereof.
Great. I want to go. I want to grab him and like drag him to his feet and hold knife to his throat.
All right, very good. What skill do you think you would have that would give you that?
I've been kind of relying on my diver as my knife skill.
All right, I'll let you roll 3 dice. I will roll 3 for him as well, but I'm going to use a help, Dracula's stepdaughter.
I am also going to use a help.
Have you ever booped a grouper?
Booped a grouper.
Boop a grouper in the snoot.
Indeed. It's just like that.
Every chance I get. 15 for me.
With his 17, 2 6s and a 5.
Oh.
He rolls out of the way, his eyes growing wide to discover that there are people in his tent.
Boo.
Meanwhile, the Samoan charges at Lucas Evans, attempting to engulf him in its maw.
No.
No engulfing.
Dr. Sabine has advised us to not be engulfed by a
I'm going to use another help to avoid being mauled.
Very well.
I believe I wrote a
I'm going to
prescription.
call it a B. Arthur, folks.
Oh, a maud.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Oh, no.
17.
A 17?
Uh-huh.
You dodge back. The Islander thuds into the rock wall, into the stone. Flakes of stone come off from its teeth in its chest, but it misses you by inches. As I rolled 1 less than you.
And then there's Maud. Okay.
Dr. Sabine. There's a man in your tent, and it's not Speedy.
There is a man in my tent. Oof. I think I would like to grab one of my sedatives. And where is he in relation to me? He rolled a little bit away from Speedy, I think.
Correct.
Okay. Is he close to me?
I mean, you can lunge for him if you wanted to try to inject him. I assume that's what you want.
Yes, I would like to do that, I think.
You can roll 2d6 to attempt that.
Only 2? Not 3?
Why 3?
Because I have my self-defense. And because I'm cute.
And she's French.
I'm
That means
from
she's got
France.
moxie.
Hold on. If you're a doctor and you've had to give injections to people, you've definitely given injections to people who do not want injections.
That
That's
is very true.
completely true.
I have.
I'll let
I
you
have.
roll 3.
Okay, I'm also going to use an help.
Very well. Oh, you better roll well.
I rolled a 16.
A 16?
Wait, is that wait? It's a 15. A -1.
He manages to bat your hand away as he rolled a 16.
No.
The good news is you have not deployed the sedative, so it remains in the syringe.
Okay. Okay.
Outside, another gunshot rings out from the tall, thin man, shooting at Montana Smith this time because he saw you poke around.
God damn it.
But you have cover, so for your
All right.
defense, you can roll on automatic help.
All right. Oh, very nice. 16.
Oh, his shot goes wide. He only
Okay.
caught a glimpse, a flash of movement, and fires off a round that actually doesn't even hit the rock. It goes sailing off, probably to kill a seal in the harbor.
Oh,
No, they're
Poor
the
seal.
bad guys.
No.
Aiden brings his gun up and fires point blank at Speedy Pete Boyd.
ow! I disagree.
So you can roll your 3 dice to dodge.
I tell him no. I will also use a help on this too.
Very well. Speedy uses another help.
Big shot point blank with a gun. Yes, I'm going to use a help.
No, don't make that face, Speedy.
10.
You have a moment of stunned stillness, and then a cold sensation in your abdomen, and you look down, and blood is pooling out from your stomach as you take 4 points of damage.
It's not supposed to do that.
In the slow motion moment of it all, as you look, Aiden seems just as shocked by this turn of events as you. His eyes grow wide, and he looks at the gun almost as if, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, I can't either, Aiden.
Lucas.
I am taking out that bottle of sweet nectar, and I am launching it at the hellish thing that has run past me, and yeah, I don't have time to light it. I'm just hurling it at it.
All right, go ahead and roll
with a help.
With a help.
$15.
15. The bottle strikes it in the face.
Which face?
The actual human face. 1 to 3, it breaks. 4, 5, or 6, it just bludgeons him severely. It breaks over his face, cutting his brow. The liquid gushes down over him. He shakes his head and staggers for a second.
Down into like the maw that's open and face and maw.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's all over the front of him, down, dripping down into the maw, over his human face, down his neck.
I yell out to Monty, give him a taste of the dog that bit him.
Very well.
With a smile like that, we knew a one-liner was coming.
Oh, that was in the chamber, baby.
Monty, it is in fact your turn.
And I've had aim on him.
You have aim on him. Yes.
All right, I'm aiming. I've aimed, and I'm using a help. I'm firing.
All right. Go ahead.
How does a 19?
Wow.
The round strikes him thoroughly in the shoulder, spinning him back, and does a gout of blood comes out from it. Just regular looking human blood starts to spew out of the wound. It spins the creature partially as it takes a significant amount of damage. That wound is deep. In fact, the bullet explodes out the back end, taking a large chunk of flesh and possibly bone with it.
Here. Hey, ugly! Stay off my friend.
Speedy.
Clutching my stomach, like in disbelief that I've just been shot. I think since he's right in front of me, I lash out with my knife in sort of a blind kind of
a blind slash to give yourself some protection.
Yeah. All right, a respectable 12.
He doesn't dodge so much as he staggers back out of the way, and your knife whistles through the air. More of dumb luck that he staggered backwards in shock and disbelief that you missed than anything else, than any particular skill that he might have.
Did he stagger back into an awaiting syringe?
No.
That happened to me once.
Your college years are your business.
No, I was
none of ours.
No, I was 8, and they didn't want to. The each nurse and the doctor got me a shot, but I got that booster. Damn it! I evaded as long as I could.
Outside, the creature lunges at Lucas Evans again, enraged now. And the Gloom Master's going to use a help because he got one recently.
Oh.
I'm going to use another one because I want to.
Yeah.
That's just a 12.
The toothy maw grazes your upper arm, drawing furrows of red across your bicep as you take 3 points of damage. But any more serious consequences were evaded because he only just barely hit you. Dr. Sabine.
I would assume that Aiden's still kind of reeling a bit.
Yes.
Would I have the opportunity to use just to stab him with the syringe at this point?
Yeah, you could try to get him with the syringe again.
How many can I use?
3.
Okay. I'm going to use an help.
Very well. I'm going to use the help that was just given me by Salier.
Good luck, my darling, because I got an 18.
An 18?
I got an 18.
You manage to jab him with it and deploy the sedative into his shoulder.
As that will do.
Very well. You realize these things are not instantaneous, right?
I understand, but it's going. Right. It's a very powerful sedative. Sedative. Sedative.
Sedative.
Yes.
That was Dr. Sabine. Outside, The tall, thin man shoots once again at Montana Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to dodge. Sorry. Do I have an auto help again, or am
No.
I out? Okay.
No longer.
7.
Oh shit. Monty. The bullet strikes you in the chest.
Okay.
Very slow motion sensation. You look down as red spreads on the right hand side of your sternum and spreads rapidly and largely. You immediately get to a cold sensation as you take 10 hit points of damage.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Aiden inside says, God, you bitch, just stab me, and shoots you, Dr. Sabine. You're muted. There you
I'm
go.
rolling to dodge, yes?
Yes, 3 dice.
I'm going to use my final help.
I am also going to use the other help that I was just given by Sally Ye again.
A 17.
You fall backwards on your rump as he fires and the bullet sails clear over your head.
And hits Speedy right between the eyes.
No.
Dead.
That was Aiden. Lucas. You're muted, Lucas.
As a bartender, one of my primary duties is to light young ladies' cigarettes to be charming. I'm going to, with the speed and deftness of a well-seasoned bartender, I'm going to flick out the Zippo and toss it into the carapace, the mouth, chest of the
Very well. I will let you roll 4 dice for that.
Thank you.
Just because I like your style.
Thank
You are a bartender, aren't you?
Wasn't fishing, but I like what I caught.
Did you beat a 13?
Mm-hmm. That's a 17.
Very well. The lighter spins through the air. A gust of wind almost extinguishes it, but as it hits, the embers catch, and a blue, faint flame from the burning alcohol erupts over the creature. Both mouths give out a yell.
Slancha.
One just a regular human scream, and the other this strange warbling, deep guttural sound. Do me a favor and roll me 2 6-sided dice and take the highest one and tell me what that number is.
5.
That is how much damage you just did to it. Very well. That was Lucas. Monty, you hear your pulse in your ears. Things are, your vision is tunneling a bit, but you're still up.
Am I still holding my gun?
Yes, you are.
Can I Can I see the monster or can I see the tall man?
You can see both. The monster is on fire. A light blue flickering flame on it.
I raise the gun and I shoot at the monster.
Very well.
I'm going to use a help because I don't have time to aim.
Very well.
$17.
The bullet strikes home. 17. The creature staggers to one knee. It is very injured. And that was Monty. Speedy.
Since Aiden is flailing a gun wildly around in this tent, I'm going to lunge at him. And I think I'm not so much trying to stab him as I'm trying to get the gun away from him.
All right, you're trying to disarm him.
Yeah.
All right, roll me 3.
Grab his wrist, grab the gun if I can.
All right.
Another 12.
You get your hand on the gun. You don't get it out of his hand, but you are now can fight for control of it. It's no longer waving around the room. You have some degree. If he goes to shoot it again, I'll give you a chance to overpower him.
I'll take it.
The creature makes one last desperate lunge at Lucas.
I'm going to use I got another help, right?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You have 3 of them.
Oh, good.
Do it.
That's just a 10.
You rolled a 10?
Mm-hmm.
The creature thuds into you for only 2 points of damage. However, roll me a d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, you are now on fire as well.
No.
Stop, drop, and roll.
3.
You are now on fire.
As
What I would
Paolo
like you to
Garbanzo
do,
says, stop, look, and listen.
I would like you to roll now, Lucas Evans, a d6. This is the amount of fire damage that both you and it takes.
2.
You take 2 points as you are on fire. The creature falls to the ground and moves no more.
Oh.
It had 2 hit points left.
Ooh.
That is, yes, can we have another? Okay, great. Okay. Oof, Montana. Okay.
Dr. Savine.
Since I am currently on my ass, I think I would like to. How close? They're pretty close to me, yes?
Oh, yes.
I think I would like to just grab Aiden around the ankles.
All right. And trip him up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Go ahead. Roll me 3d6.
Great. A 10.
He and Speedy are so wrapped up that you find it difficult to actually get a grip on anybody.
Okay.
As they dance around the room. Outside, the tall, thin man takes deadly aim at Dr. Smith. And fires at you. How many helps do you have?
I don't know.
You have 2.
You have 2 helps.
I'm going to use one of them.
All right.
Oh, 16.
You swoon and stagger behind the rock as the bullet ricochets off the stone surface where you were moments before. Aiden, his grip on the gun loosens and it falls out of his hands. You can see a pallor has come over his face, and he's staggering on his feet as he drops the gun. Lucas, you are on fire. What would you like to do?
I'm going to there's kind of like a hill, right? I imagine.
Oh yes, it's very steep.
Okay. Well, I want to carefully roll. I want to stop, drop, and carefully roll. Yes.
Roll me a 3d6. Beat an 8.
9.
Good, you extinguish the flames. No further damage for you. Monty, what do you do?
One hand on the bullet wound. Other hand reaches around the rock.
Uh-huh.
And I just fire.
Oh, so you are trying to get around behind the rock so you're not in line of sight.
Yeah.
So you're just firing blind.
I'm firing blind, hoping to hit the tall a-hole.
Okay, the tall a-hole standing next to the tent where your friends are. Very well. Please roll me. I'm going to give myself a help for this.
God.
So go ahead and roll.
You don't have any helps, do you?
Yes, but he's firing blind near a tent with all of you. So,
but there's also Aiden's in that tent too.
Oh yeah, true. You're not wrong. Go ahead and roll to hit, Montana
Okay.
Smith.
I rolled a clean 15. 5, 5, and 5 on my dice.
Good news, you did not hit your friends.
Hooray!
Bad news, you did not hit him.
Okay.
But basically, no one was. You fired wildly.
Yeah, it was. I think it was more of like a stay away. I have a gun.
Very well. Speedy. Aiden is rapidly going limp in your hands.
Stop it. I just want to push him down to the ground, I guess. Maybe I push him backwards, and since Dr. Sabine is on the ground, push him towards Dr. Sabine to trip him over top of her. Sorry, Doc.
Yeah, he goes down like a sack of potatoes. He is passing out as you do this.
All right.
He falls half onto Dr. Sabine.
And the gun is nowhere near him, right?
Nope. Gun is on the ground next to your feet.
Is that really necessary?
Yes, trip maneuver needed to be. I needed something to trip him with. It's a leverage thing. Great. I grabbed the gun as well.
There you go. You now have a 38 revolver. Dr. Sabine, an unconscious Aiden is partially sprawled on you.
I push him off me, obviously, and I go over to Speedy to assess his wounds.
He has got a knife in one hand and a pistol in the other, and he looks like he means business.
Well, I mean, obviously his bullet wound, his stomach wound. How on a scale from 1 to 10, how much triage do I need to do?
Well, he's up and moving around, so you're not going to be able to do anything unless you get him to stop moving. And you would guess about a 4.
I'll be fine, Doc. I'll be fine
No.
for the moment.
Yes, his wound is more long-term concerning than immediately concerning.
Okay, then I would like to pour a little bit of the powder on and slap a bandage on there.
Ow.
The best I can do at the moment.
You pour some liquid on. He's still wearing his shirt. The bullet went through his shirt.
Okay,
But you do manage to throw some disinfectant on there.
great.
It stings.
Ow.
Deal with it. Don't be a baby.
The man outside, the tall, thin man outside, can't really see Dr. Smith, can kind of see Evans, and takes a shot at Evans. But I will give you a cover die since you dropped to the ground to roll. So an automatic help for cover.
Thank you. $17. 665.
The shot ricochets off the rocks around you. Aiden's unconscious. Lucas, your turn. You are on the ground.
I'm going to you tell me, can I pull my gun and fire?
Yeah, you can shoot at him.
Yeah,
the gun is still in your hand.
Okay. Then that's absolutely what I'm going to do.
Very well.
With a help. $14.
The bullet goes through the tent but does not hit anybody.
Good.
There are 2 little points of light inside your tent now as a bullet rips through them. So Monty.
All right. I look out from behind the rock, glancing. Can I see the tall man?
Yes, you can.
He's facing away from me because he just shot.
He's facing to the side of you. He's like 45 degrees away from you.
How close is he?
He's probably about 20, 25 feet away.
I take aim.
So you're not shooting, you're just going to take aim this turn?
I'm staying low. I'm going to get low and take aim.
Very well. Speedy.
Aiden is down. I have the gun. I want to look out the front of the tent and see if I can see anybody.
You see both Lucas on the ground aiming to your immediate left, as well as Montana Smith peeking around the stone, gray-faced. He doesn't look good, and he's aiming to the left of you as well.
Can I keep looking out?
Oh, you want to just crane your head around?
Yeah, ready to shoot something.
You crane your head around, and you see the tall man standing right there, 5 feet away from you.
Can I shoot him?
I will allow it.
All right.
However, I'm going to give him a bonus die because of the awkwardness of you coming around the corner like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to use a help.
Very well.
I'm probably only rolling 2 dice because I don't really have a gun-specific
True
trait. Ugh. Never mind.
Did you beat a 15?
No.
The bullet goes wide, but now he knows where you are.
That's all right. It was a
He
panic
does
shot.
seem to be a bit taken aback by this turn of events. Dr. Sabine.
I assume that I just watched Speedy fire the gun at somebody.
You saw him open up the tent flap, peek out, peek around even further, and they go, bang, and shoot.
Okay, I think I should grab another syringe and just prepare. I'm just gonna be here because no one's injured yet. So.
No one's hurt at all.
We're fine.
Everybody's fine.
It is fine. He's okay. Everybody's fine. Don't worry about it.
The tall man points the gun directly at Speedy's head and pulls the trigger.
Oh my god.
Oh, my doctor said I'm not supposed to get bullets in my head.
You may roll to dodge. You may roll
Uh,
3d6 to dodge out of the way.
I'm going to use the help on that too, right? I have one left.
Yeah, you got one left.
Seems like a good time to use that.
Probably a very good time.
14.
You duck back into the tent as the bullet whizzes past you.
I'm allergic to bullets.
You actually got it fairly well out of the way. He only rolled a 10.
Oh, phew.
Aiden starts snoring. Lucas.
I'm taking another shot.
Very well.
$11.
The bullet strikes him in the left thigh, and he staggers backward. That would be that. Okay, got it. Monty, you've been aiming. That gives you a free help.
All right. And I'm going to use another help with it. $16.
16, you say? That would be 10. Your hand is still a little shaky. The bullet actually goes wide. As I rolled an 18. Not for lack of trying. I just rolled better. Speedy. You can see his silhouette through the tent.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, well then in that case, I'm gonna take a moment and line him up.
Are you firing or are you
Not just yet. I'll aim at his silhouette.
very well. Dr. Sabine.
I would like to I'm going to do this kind of quickly, so that I don't really have a lot of time, but I would like to take my belt off, and I would like to get Eden, and I would like to secure him with my belt, his arms behind his back, right above his elbow. So I'm kind of
Yes.
belting him above the elbow behind his back while
Very
he's
good.
snoring.
Very good. You secure him.
Delightful.
You have secured an Aiden.
Yep, great.
Speedy, you are looking through and you see his silhouette. You see his hand rise, the gun go to his temple, and then a dark spray against the canvas as he blows his own brains out. His body slumps to the ground.
Oh, God. All right. I run outside as soon as I can.
Half of his head is gone.
Yeah. Aiden is secured. The monster is
We are
dead.
out of combat, by the way.
And this guy is done. Well, crap. I guess I'll start looking to see if I can figure out who this guy was.
Hey,
Some sort of
Doc.
ID.
Doc, Monty ain't doing good.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you're Doc. You're the doctor.
Okay.
He's Monty.
I would
No, he's a doctor too.
So I'm going to leave the tent. And where is Monty?
He's in this pile over here.
Monty is slumped against the stone. The entire front of his shirt is stained a dark red.
All right. I would like to just his shirt open.
Buy me a drink first.
As he says that, bubbles form on the right side of his chest. His lung is clearly punctured.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I scream, "Bring me my bag!" And I put my hands on his chest.
All
My
right.
bag! Bring me my bag now!
I need you to give me a doctor roll.
Okay.
And I'm running the back door.
And you'll be rolling against me for his treatment. You do have a help left.
I rolled an 18. I forgot I had a help.
All right. You stabilize him. He needs a hospital.
Right. Okay. So I get my bag.
Speedy, you brought her the bag?
Yeah.
Speedy, roll me 3d6.
Okay. $12.
You fall to one knee when you hand it to her as the pain lances through your abdomen from your gunshot wound.
Okay, so from the chest wound, can I tell is his lung collapsing? Has it collapsed?
His lung has not collapsed, but it is in danger of doing so.
Fantastic. Okay, go. But it has not happened yet. Okay. I would like to Okay, so there are a couple of things that I can do. There are in my medical kit. There is a but his lung has not collapsed yet. There is a usually in triage kits of the time they had an instrument that could inflate the other lung if one lung had collapsed, that would help sort of help them breathe. But I don't think I need that yet. But basically, I would like to try and treat the wound as best as I can so that we can get him down the mountain.
You have. That was what the roll was for.
Okay, so great. We need to get him to the plane now. I don't know how to do that. Speedy, you're obviously not 100%, so I'm going to rely mostly on Lucas and myself.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in the tent that could be used as a stretcher?
We could
There
probably
are
use
cots.
those robes. Yeah, we could use the cot and then the robes to find
Okay.
stuff.
I would like to fashion a stretcher out of one of the cots.
We need to examine that.
No. I don't even listen. I do not care what he has to say.
Oh,
no.
So while that's happening, I go over to Aiden, who is still, I assume, still tied up.
Aiden is tied up and truly out, medically sedated,
and he will be for about 12 hours.
Okay. I'm going through the. I go to the half-faced gentleman, and I'm looking all over. I'm going, seeing what he has on him, seeing if I can't recognize anything.
Give me your skill at skullduggery.
Yeah. 15.
You find in a hidden pocket inside his coat a passport. The nationality on the front is Polska.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm screaming at him. Lucas, what are you doing? Come on, let's go.
All right, I'm off I go.
Because you're the only person who can actually help me carry Montana down the mountain.
Yep.
Boom. Watch the rocks.
Speedy, what are you doing?
I guess helping make stretchers.
What are you doing with Aiden?
Stretcher. Shit, we gotta do something with him too, don't we? And he's out too, right? We
Oh
can't
yes, he is dead weight.
Well, the good thing is we're going down a hill.
Yeah. Do the cots have little wheels on the end of their?
No,
No,
but
they-
like
no,
you can,
no,
you
they
can,
do not.
no, but you can just kind of. I mean, he's gonna be
Yeah.
fine if you just kind of
That's
secure
the
him.
terrain.
Yeah, if you secure him to the thing and just kind of like pull him down.
Make a sled.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not gonna we can't field dress him because that would kill him. So, but we can move him down a little bit easier with one person. You're just pulling him behind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that we're gonna make like a just drag him with us on a mattress if we have one, or a cot.
Should we do that? Because he's not looking good.
I mean, Speedy is okay. I'm not too worried about Aiden because, I mean, honestly, we could probably leave him here and collect
No.
him later.
We're coming back here, but that's not that's not a good idea.
Okay.
All right, what I need you all to do
Mhm.
is any sort of mountaineering that you might have to get him down the mountain. Lucas Evans does have big game hunter, so
Yes,
I will
I do.
allow him to roll that.
Yes, I do.
Everybody else rolls 2d6. Montana, you can roll 2d6 to try to help them get you down the hill.
Clean 15.
Ah!
I rolled a 7.
Wow, I rolled higher than you, and I'm shot. I rolled an 8.
Speedy, what did Speedy, you're the one manipulating Aiden, right?
I got a 9.
You got a 9. You bump Aiden down the hill. He's probably going to have some bruises from it.
Oh darn!
Lucas manages to guide down the rest of the way, this stretcher with Montana Smith, and you reach the bottom and manage to drag over to the plane. Oh, you didn't take the plane. The plane's back in Portree.
The plane is back in Portree. Wait, no, I thought we brought the plane to the lady's house.
You did, and then you flew to Portree.
right.
Then you walked from Portree up to here. It's about 2 miles away.
Okay.
Actually, it's about a mile and a half.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're off the mountain, it's about a mile and a half.
It's going to take a while. It's going to be tolerable though. And what time of night is it?
The sun is now setting. It is about 6:30.
Okay. If I still have rounds in my I've still got rounds in my gun. I'm kind of firing into the air because I want this shit to be heard.
Okay.
After about 30 minutes of dragging down the road, you see a light bobbing towards you quickly. And it is Idris Wilson, the one police officer on a bicycle with a little battery powered headlamp. He comes up, sees you there, and sees two makeshift stretchers, Lucas firing a gun into the air, Speedy clutching a gut wound while trying to drag Aiden, and Dr. Sabine trying to keep everything in order.
I go up to the cop. I give him the gun. I said, "This man was shooting at us. He's shot. He's shot our friends. He shot at us. We managed to knock him out. Please help.
We need to get this man to a hospital. Maintenant.
He looks and sees the situation. Hey, I can get it. There's a cart. All right, stay here. He takes the gun, pockets it, and immediately heads back to town. A few moments later, a horse-drawn wagon comes on up the hill with Idris and a gentleman you don't recognize, obviously the man who owns it, driving it on up, and you manage to load everyone in and get them back to Portree. There is the doctor's office in Portree. I assume that's where you're going.
I would actually like to just get us on the plane and get us to the closest place with a actual hospital, because I'm assuming that the facilities on the island are not going to be enough.
Idris is fine letting Montana Smith, the doctor, and Speedy go, but he's kind of insistent that Lucas stay.
Yep.
Okay.
Speedy, the closest large town.
It was up.
Let me take a look here, just so I can tell you what the largest large city in Scotland would be.
While all of this is happening, I want to have a little bit of a conference with Lucas Evans before we leave. Just about our story.
Inverness.
Inverness. Okay.
All right.
Which is less than 50 miles away.
And I believe it's on Loch Ness, yes? So...
Inverness, no. Inverness is north of Loch Ness.
I see. Okay.
We were we've been trying to talk to this guy on behalf of Lady Flora. He and these other two people attacked us.
Okay. Will you be all right here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Also, Inverness is quite pretty. I've been there.
Speedy, you're flying at night to Inverness. Give me a piloting roll.
Yep.
He did look at all those maps.
I did. I studied those maps.
While you have a gut wound.
Yeah. 18.
You managed to fly and land at Inverness. At the dock, you immediately secure help and get to the hospital. We're going to leave you there for a moment. Lucas, what do you tell Idris?
That we've been trying to find Aiden, just kind of on behalf of like the threats that he made against Lady Flora, and we found him up there, and he and two other people attacked us.
And what happened to the other two people?
I don't know that they were people. Would you like to? I've seen some terrifying things. Would you like? I can show you. You can put me in handcuffs.
Take me there. He grabs a shotgun.
Yep.
A pump action shotgun.
And we go back up there and we go to the site.
It is exactly how you left it. Nothing else has happened. There's the tall man is still outside with half of his head blown off. His gun's still in his hand. You never took that gun.
Nope.
The other thing is now burned. The flames never extinguished on it.
But it doesn't look human, does it?
It's man-shaped.
But you said that it opened up and there were like...
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
It's not clear that that's what it is. It's just charred. It's a charred body now with a weird open chest is what it is. It's been smoldering for probably 2 hours at this point.
Yeah. And I say, we were attacked, and I describe as best I can.
He looks at everything. Well, it certainly looks like this man was shot in the leg and then shot in the head, likely by his own gun.
And I say and I show them like the contents of the tent, and like they've been, they were up to something, because there are the occult robes in there. There's a bunch of the others, yeah. They're messing with things that that people shouldn't.
And this man here, he seems, something happened to him, burned up. All right. This is their tent.
Yeah.
You realize this puts me in a bit of a bind, as it looks to me like you attacked their tent.
I know it looks like that. I'm telling you everything that I'm telling you what happened here. You're free to talk to Aiden once he wakes up. He was Dr. Sabine was able to sedate him.
You realize that's assault, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to hand me over your gun.
Yep.
And I'm gonna trust you to walk back with me.
Yes.
And we're gonna wait. And I'm gonna get a hold of Hamish and Flora, and we're gonna sort this thing out, eh?
Yes.
All right. He takes you back down. Messages are sent out to gather them in. At the hospital, Speedy, you get treated. The bullet is removed.
Ow.
It's I'm going to roll a d6 and tell you. You are going to make a full recovery.
Oh, I want that bullet. I'd like to keep that, please.
I will say that I personally insist on operating on Dr. Smith myself.
Very well. Roll me a doctor's score. And Monty, you may roll me 3d6 in an attempt to help her.
I would also like
just from your own constitution.
Oh, okay.
From being
I would also like to use an help.
All right. I am going to roll as well, and I am going to use a help.
And I will also use help for my constitution.
Well, before you roll, Dr. Sabine,
Okay.
Dr. Smith, roll first. If you succeed, you will get an extra help to Dr. Sabine. You must beat a 10.
I got a 10 exactly.
Very good. Dr. Sabine, take an extra help.
Okay. So that's
Again, remembering you can only use the maximums.
all right. So I roll 6.
4.
Right? 4. Okay.
You roll 6 dice. Take the
Okay.
highest 4.
Okay. I win. It's 18.
18.
Yeah.
You suspect he will make a full recovery.
Okay.
But it's going to be a while.
Yep.
And involve a lot of rehabilitation.
Yep.
Plus, he's going to have a nasty scar.
When I'm with the police and walking down, I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is what the thing did to me, and I show like where those teeth did that, where it was, where I'm burned. Yeah.
He nods. We're going to fast forward a little bit. Aiden has woken up. Flora and Hamish have gone with Lucas and Idris to Inverness to sort all of this out. So in Montana Smith's hospital room, that Speedy is also in. It's a gut wound. It's going to take a little while to heal. The two of you are in a room together. Lucas has had superficial treatments for his wounds. Dr. Clement, Idris, the police officer, Flora, Hamish, and a handcuffed Aiden are all there. And Idris says, all right, let us start at the beginning. What the hell is going on here? And I want to know from you guys, how much do you want to tell Idris? Keeping in mind that Aiden, Hamish, and Flora are all standing right there.
I think keeping, obviously, I think telling as many facts as possible without alluding to the supernatural nature. I think using the fact that political tensions are high at the moment would be to our advantage, given that the man who took his own life was Polish. As that maybe there was supposed to be an international incident that was going to happen here, perhaps. I think that would be wise. I do not want to tell him everything necessarily, but I think telling as many truths as possible without.
Yeah, which is like, we were up there to talk to Aiden. We were seeing what he was doing. The burned up gentleman charged to attack. We defended ourselves. The man with a gun was firing at us very quickly. Aiden, like they pulled out their guns and ready to go. You know, we were up there just ready to, like, you know, we wanted to see what was going on. This looked kind of fishy. This looked kind of a cult. And yeah.
All right. Hamish verifies that he was wondering where his son was, and it kind of partially sent you to go find him. So he collaborate that part of your story. Flora also mentions that she was concerned about young Aiden to Idris. And after a bit of discussion, Idris says, all right, I'm going to go and start writing up the report and see if we can't repatriate those two bodies that I now have sitting in Portree. You didn't find any documents or anything on it, did you? He asked that to your group in general.
Yeah, I mean,
but keep in mind that Lucas is the only one that grabbed them.
Gotcha. Okay.
I hand over the passport.
Vladislav Jablonski.
I've also I've also gone through it. I've probably taken a mental note of as much information as I can, where it was stamped and all that.
It's stamped. It's stamped in Denmark, and then also Scotland, England.
And it's all stuff that I'm going to just report to Pim as much as I can remember once I yeah.
Issued in Krakow. He says, Idris says, all right, I'll take this. I'll find out. And he sort of goes on off to sort things out. You are now in the room without Idris, but everybody else. Aiden has remained very silent through all this.
I would like to go and examine Aiden.
Oh, Aiden's conscious. He's just there handcuffed.
No, I understand. I would like to sort of... have you ever had like a mental test done where they like check your pupils and...
Oh, that.
Like,
oh, no, he is completely awake and alert. He's just not saying anything. He appears to be in full possession of his faculties.
I would like to ask him, did you mean to shoot Speedy?
Aye.
Really?
Who were those men that you were with?
They were my chance to let my dad be the man he's supposed to be. And then you
What-
came in and snooping around and ruined everything.
What were they going to do?
They were going to wake the giant. With the giant, Clan MacDonald would rule the whole island.
Was Speedy the first person you've ever shot?
Aye. He looks down and kicks the ground.
What were you going to do with a giant? And what was going to keep the giant from eating you?
Vlad said he could control it once we summoned it.
And you believed him?
Well, I mean, he brought back the beast of Odo Pass. He woke up the spirit in the barrow.
And we put that beast in the ground. And we put that king back to his rest. If you will know what's good for you, you will stop meddling in things that you don't understand.
Hamish speaks up. You don't have to worry about that. This lad is going to be under strict supervision for quite a long time if I have anything to say about it.
Where did those two come from? How did they get in touch with you? Where did you meet them?
They were. He looks down for a moment and says, I was in Glasgow at the occult books shop, and they came in looking for things, and I seemed interesting, so I started talking to him, and it may have mentioned the old Legends of the Giant, a store.
Well,
What
if
were
you
they
want
looking
to,
for?
What were they looking for at the occult bookstore?
Yeah.
They were looking for. They said a name, near
Yep.
and they were looking for legends of him, and that he was a demon or some such. And I said that the old man of store, it was a giant who was frozen when he looked back at a demon, and they got real interested and started talking about waking the giant up. And then because their Arthotep or whatever was the one who froze him, that maybe waking him up. I didn't understand it all.
Did they ask for any kind of payment from you to help your family?
No, they said that after I was done with the giant, they'd need it.
Well, I think I'm looking at their payment. There were 2 robes that we found.
I was to wear the one.
Were you?
So they needed me for the ritual. They said
They did. They needed you for the ritual, all right. But well, I think the fact that you're walking away from this is the chance that you need to figure out some stuff. So, and you're.
Oh, don't worry. He's going to have lots of time to figure out stuff, aren't you, boy?
Well, I think. Listen, let's make sure we're not totally punishing curiosity here. Expect a visit soon. Don't worry. Well, I think all 3 of you are going to need to be debriefed by our boss, so that's going to be interesting for you.
Oh, says Flora, is that gentleman you were telling me about?
Yes, and
I look forward to meeting him.
I think we all could use a visit from him. I think, yeah. How you feeling, Monty?
Well, this cat just came into the room, and he's
That little bugger! He got in the plane again.
oh yeah,
There's
but-
Flora.
yeah.
He's-
Apparently, cat purrs are really good healing qualities. I just have one
This is a
question.
scientific fact, actually.
Mhm.
It's medicinal.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely. I just have a quick question though for Aiden. What was in his chest?
What are you
What-
talking about?
What was that monster?
What
inside of him?
monster?
He
You
didn't
didn't-
say it.
You didn't
Yes.
know.
Okay. All right. Hey, Lady Flora.
Aye.
I was wondering if you possibly could use the services of Speedy. I think that he is fully capable of a lot of things. His wound is healing very nicely.
Oh, could we? Could you give me a ride back to Dunvegan, do you think?
I would love to.
Oh, that'd be delightful. And as Speedy and Flora make their final arrangements for a departure in a few days' time to fly back to Dunvegan, as Lucas Evans composes a telegram to send to Pym, that is where we're going to end our session here today. Friends, thank you so much for joining us here at Gothic Horror Gaming. It was delightful to have you all here for this adventure. Before we get too much further, though, I do want to introduce our players. We're going to start off with Lucas Evans.
Hello, I'm Steve O'Dockerson, and I perform Hob the Troll. I am going to be at the Pinellas Medieval Festival, the 10th and 11th. If you're in Florida, it's charming. Come on over to that, and those are my other dates. Also, I have a GoFundMe that I need to set it up today. This side of my face just stopped being numb a couple hours ago, and I would very much appreciate any help if you're able to.
Hey, Steve-O, can you throw that in our private chat and we'll get it up there for you?
Yes.
All right. But I'm going to move on in the meantime and say hello to Dr. Montana Smith.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Kostelic. I play your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare at Renaissance Festivals. Not until June for this year, when I will be at the Oklahoma Renaissance Festival for their final weekend at the Castle of Muskogee, then New Jersey, and so on and so on. Join me down in Maryland in the fall. Right now, if you want to join me as Shakespeare, you can join me Tuesday mornings on right here on Twitch for Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. That's 9 a.m. in the mornings. I had been doing it at 10 o'clock, but now that I'm back down here in Texas, it's going to be 9 a.m. again, which will probably make Paolo happy because he doesn't have to redo the promo card for it.
Very good.
But yeah, go follow me on
he's in Rome
Instagram.
right now,
I need the
so-
likes.
Well,
Oh,
I'm in
yeah.
Rome.
Seriously, one in Rome, hang out with Jack, I guess.
Yeah, they're doing a Ren Adventures tour right now. So
Yeah.
we'll see him when he gets back. We also have Dr. Sabine Clément.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie Hauser. You can find me at Rune Away with Katie on Instagram. I do rune readings and intuitive readings and other kind of stuff. You can also find me at hobthetroll.bandcamp.com and also at gofundme.com/ev/Stevo's Dental Woes at bandcamp.com.
Oh yeah, that's where you can find all my stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have the same website and social media.
No, it's
so
crazy,
bizarre.
right?
I think why don't we collab? Damn it!
Yeah.
Like let's spit some fire tracks.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Did you just stab?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have with us Speedy Pete Boyd.
This guy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Gelotti. I'm half of Buckle and Swash, the Buckle half, if you're scoring at home. We are currently performing at the Florida Renaissance Festival for the 7 more weekends till the end of March. It's down in Deerfield Beach, Florida. And I'm trying to stab that guy a lot. That's how I spend my afternoons.
You really do.
Yeah.
Um,
When I'm after that, we'll be in Tennessee in May, and then after that, in the first week of June, we will be going to England with Ren Adventures to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Heck yeah.
Indeed, we will. My name is Tom Zadoyko. I'm the Glue Master. I am the Swash half of Buckle and Swash in Florida currently. Well, actually not. I flew home to visit my family and for some weird theater gigs during the week this week. But we'll be there for the next 7 weeks. And then after that, Tennessee in May, as you know. There it is. Muncaster, England will be there June 2nd through the 7th. I believe there are still tickets available. So check that out. We're going to play D&D in the castles. We actually have a meeting coming up here with Paulo to hash out the details of the adventures so that we'll have them all nice and tight and ready to go for all of you. While we're at it, we'll thank our other sponsors. We also have 3dtu.org, our good friends over there making 3D printed and laser cut gaming accessories. Check them out, 3dtu.org. Handler Z and I, who is in the background running the comments, we have a book out. She wrote it. I narrated it. Dare on Amazon, paperback, Kindle, also on Audible. And she's going to be on tomorrow, 10 a.m., Flash Phantasmagoria, wherein using your prompts, she will write some short fiction right there in front of you on the spot, and you can write along too. So check that out tomorrow. It strikes me there was something else I wanted to say, and now it's just gone, but perhaps it will come back to me again later. You can also find us on GoFundMe at Steve-O's Dental Woes. Please check that out if you got a minute and you can help out, because the American healthcare system sucks. Help Lucas out and help him take care of his chompers, because he needs them. He's gonna need them. Our next game, we're going to be taking next week off. It's Valentine's Day on Wednesday. So we're taking that week off, and then we will get going again where we're debating whether a Delta Green game or another chill game. That remains to be determined. So tune back in, find out about that from all of us over here. Beyond that, I can't remember what the other thing I wanted to mention was. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us every week, everybody. We really appreciate it. So glad that you come in and have a good time with us with all this incredible weirdness.
Tell a friend.
Next time, maybe we'll have some more Gordon Pym. We'll see.
Ooh.
But until then, thanks, friends. Have a great evening.
Mwah.
Ah.